She is dedicated to their ignorance.
But she rocks like black girl hair. Hey, you guys. Welcome to Triad and Triad.
What's going on? Wait a minute. We slid into that like, hey, what's going on? What's up?
Seriously though, welcome to Triad and Triad. We have an audience. Hey. All right. Yo.
Yo,
So, I
lit.
need all entrepreneurs. I need everyone that's trying to be in the entertainment business. I need y'all to tune in because we got some powerhouses in the house.
Power.
And I need you guys to realize the wealth of information that's about to hit this soundstage today.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
Yeah. For those of you that are artists that are trying to learn exactly what you need to do, how you need to get booked, things of that sort, make sure that you tag your whole squad,
All of them.
everybody, your mom and them, your cousin them, all of them. They need to be watching because at the end of the day, when this segment is done, you will completely understand the business of music.
That's real. And I believed you when you said that.
Cause I believed me too.
Seriously. Okay, we're going to go ahead and jump into this show. What's going on with the trending tea, you guys? Shout out to Belinda Asbury. She's at work doing her thing right now.
Well, it's a couple of things that we're going to talk about, especially talking about Greensboro right now. One of the things that we found out is Greensboro has hit 41 murders thus far. Greensboro, our city. So with that being said, one of the things that we want to make sure that we understand is that we have a responsibility within our community to give our young people something to do.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, it's a lot of young people that are out there wilding, like straight up wilding. Not even just talking about just Greensboro. Let's just move right along to High Point. If we just take a little dip right down the road and go to High Point and just talk about what happened at High Point Central yesterday, the actual shooting that took place, and it was a juvenile that was arrested, a juvenile that was at large. So with
Did
our
anyone get hurt?
there was no one injured. Initially, when the reports went out, they thought that there was a teacher, but it was just mainly the school went into lockdown. Of course, I celebrate the administration for moving quickly. Everything was locked down. No injuries. Everyone is safe and sound. But can you imagine being a student in that school and the terror that rings forth, especially with what's going on in our country?
Having a daughter in high school is just scary thinking about that.
It is. It is. It's scary because our young people are facing so much more than we even realize with the gang activity that's happening. I got a text message yesterday, and it was like, look, the gang activity that's happening in High Point in Greensboro is reaching alarming rates. And we just need to do something to give these young people something to do. Like, at the end of the day, they don't have enough on their hands. And that's why entrepreneurs are so valued, because not everybody can work a regular job. Not everybody can go to a 9 to 5. Some people have creative minds that need to be just cultivated and just enriched and shown how to get it all out.
I totally agree. I've been dealing with a lot of teenagers. Lately, number one, my daughter is a teenager. She's 16 years old, and
Fire.
She's my baby. But I had someone had got in contact with me. Another parent's daughter had got in contact with me, and she was like, "Hey, Miss Tamia," she was like, "I see you do parties, you do events." She was like, "Would you like to throw a teen party for me?" And I was like, "Never thought about that. What kind of revenue could I make from that?"
Well, that's
And
how all her creations started. I never thought about that.
I'm serious. I'm for real. And I actually contacted a venue. This was about back in middle of November. Ended up throwing a team party, packed it out, had to stop people from coming in because it was over capacity, and just to see, the positive movement behind these teams. They could have been out there doing anything. Right. They could have been out there, out there doing whatever. And they actually all came out, supported her birthday party. It was a nice, clean time of fun. We had security out there, and it turned out to be a great event. So, I could have shut it down because I was like, there's not a lot of money in this,
Right.
I can't really, But I thought about, okay, wait a minute, this is something I could do with my daughter. This might be fun. So I actually broadened my horizons. I really thought outside of just me, just thinking about me and $1. And I actually went out and did it. I actually gave her 100% of the door, didn't charge her a dime. And it was amazing. So it actually motivated her to continue to want to do that. And that's her little hustle now. So salute to that.
Well, with that being said, that goes back to parents being active in their children's lives, because we have children that are artistic. My children are grown now. Y'all, they good, grown and gone. Y'all saw one of them last week. But imagine growing up with your child. One of the things that I love to see is the fact that, when Asia's dancing, shout out to Asia McCrae out there. When Asia's dancing, to me, is her #1 fan. You know what I mean? And so she puts herself, makes sure that she's involved in the things that she's doing. Shout out on the bucket competition. We didn't even talk about that. We talked about how amazing so many things happened, but bucket was stupid.
Yeah,
There's no other word. I mean, in a good way. But when a parent takes an active role, you decrease the chances of your children becoming involved in other activities. So whether it's sports, whether it's music and entertainment, and so many parents are like, well, I don't want my child involved in the music business. Bruh, look, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it 100. My 4 kids, 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, and 4, all had something to do with music. I didn't pick up any from the jail. There was no gangbanging.
You better say that.
I got 2 in college right now. 1 on a full scholarship at High Point University. Shout out Joshua Collar out there. The other one at ECU, getting it. And both of them are choreographers. Both of them are dancing. My son, DMR rapper. My daughter, listen, she interned at 102 Jams for at least 3 years. So what I'm telling you is, find out what your children's dreams are and cultivate those. Stop imposing just your dreams on them and trying to mold them into what you want them to be, and allow them to be who they are so that they can become productive members of society and rep it hard. Like, you have to be your kid's #1 fan. When they know that you believe in them, they're not out there gangbanging. They're not out there pulling guns out. They're not out there robbing old people. They're not out there shooting up schools.
It starts at home.
Yes, if we take more responsibility with our own, there's nothing we can't do.
And let me say this, even those who have taken an alternative route and got into that type of lifestyle, I've grown up around a lot of kids who ended up going the wrong way. Some are not alive today. Some of them are in prison. One of my best friends is actually doing 28 years right now. So I understand. I experienced it firsthand. And what I can say is that a lot of those children or teenagers, all they need is a little bit of guidance, just somebody to show them that they care. So even if they did get into those types of activities, just keep in mind that they can be turned around. It's not too late. And some people, they'll just wash their hands with you because they feel like they can't do anything with you or they can't help you anymore, but that's not the case. So do keep in mind, if you just see someone and you have a little bit of influence on them, just make sure that they just need some love. Just show them that you love them. So that sticks dear to me because, like I said, I've experienced it firsthand. It's so many people that's connected to me, and that's why I'm making sure that I'm doing my duty to make sure that my son grows up knowing that he has somebody on his side, as well as we've even curved my sisters and brothers. So that sticks to me hard because one of the shootings that happened was actually someone that was very close to my brothers. One of the most recent shootings. And my brother's still sick. That was one of his best friends. I'm getting a little stuck. I'm going to just go ahead and pass it now. But I hate seeing my brother
hurting.
Yeah, he's hurting.
Yeah.
He's hurting. Both of them, actually. They lost somebody in the same week that had no connection with each other.
Wow.
It's the same thing happened to my children. They have lost friends along the way. It's a lot going on, but we have to take responsibility for our community. There's an old proverb that says it takes a village.
Right.
So true.
And if we become the village, we can pull people out. You can be a lifeline to somebody else. And I'm gonna be honest, I was reckless as a kid.
You can't give up on them. You can't just wash your hands with them.
No.
That has to be like unconditional love.
Definitely.
Do everything you can. Just make sure you exhaust all your options. Just keep going. Don't give up on them.
That's heavy. I mean, this is a heavy subject, and I say it does start at home. It starts in even if you're religious or non-religious. I grew up with a very strong religious background, and when I think about things that I've done, I always went back to that.
Yeah.
So I would say, it ain't about, you got some real cool churches. Zion's Place and things like that really have a young following where you can get your kids involved in churches and things like that have a lot of ministries that cater to kids that have like music ministries that allow them to rap and things like that. You can't get closed-minded either, so that makes a difference.
We have a junior WIM at Evangel, so that occupies the girls. But not just that, I noticed a few ministries, not necessarily under Zion Place, but there is one called Bruh. Yeah. Bruh, Sade Edwards, they came here with the Headway Success Group. So it's a lot of different outlets, and I think I'm not going to say the girls are fine, just leave the girls be, because of course we need to keep them straight as well. But the main target, I would say right now, or I would say prioritizing, not trying to sound sexist, is the males. Because if you look at it in most any churches you go to, you don't see that many men. You see a surplus of women. So it's important for men to just reach out and help the youth. Yeah. And look up Bruh. You can find it. I'm going to post it on Trending. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. With that being said, we want to reach out to you all out there. So if you have any male mentorships that are out there, please post them on Trending. Send us more information about what you've got going on, because we want to make sure that we are a resource to our community as well. You can't talk about 41 murders in Greensboro without providing some alternative solutions. So with that being said, can you post? Let us know what's happening. Let us know some things that the youth can get involved in. We know that the Christmas break is about to take place.
Right.
What are some things that they can do, like right around the corner? So we're just encouraging you to just go ahead and post. Let us know what y'all got going on out there. With that being said, moving right along, what's going on in pop culture, Zay?
Pop culture. I don't know why I'm so happy, because this is not necessarily a happy topic.
You feeding off our energy. I love it.
So we're gonna talk about Mr. Robert Kelly.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun. Right. So Kels, man. Kels going through it. So first we seen him on the news about the girls. Okay. Now he's on the news because 2 of his homes in Atlanta were burglarized. Two of them.
He can't have one.
He got a lot, but I didn't realize it was 2 of them that got burglarized.
One looked like a mansion, and one just looked like a really big, nice little house. It's pretty cool.
What did you just say?
A nice house,
like a really big, nice little house.
That's nice little house. Yeah, I know that's an oxymoron. Some you can find out, about Mendenhall Middle
Little subdivision around the corner.
Okay.
Yeah. So
subdivision house.
What stands out to me about this particular case is, again, it's 2 houses. Can I just add that there were no girls? I don't know if they took the girls with them or R. Kelly took them on tour with them, but either way, they're not.
You know how I feel about Kels now. Let's get off them girls. What? I'm biased.
Well, it's alleged though. We can't. He's not locked up, so it's alleged. Okay, I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. So anyway, the bad part about this is there is a man who R. Kelly let work with him, somebody that was in his circle for 25, 30 years. I'm assuming it's 25, 30 years, because on this video that I watched, he said, this is what happens when you let people that that you've known for 25 and 30 years, and stuff like this happens. So what happened was, I'm not going to call her Molly Maid. I don't know who she was. A little housekeeper. She was on assignment. She's supposed to go clean the house while R. Kelly was out on tour. Get there, everything's gone. Where's everything at? She calls the police. They arrived at that house, of course. From what I understand, they moved fairly quickly. Then they went over to the second house after the housekeeper went there, and that was empty too. So what happened was there's a man by the name of Alfonso Walker. He was R. Kelly's like handyman. You know, he did little odd jobs from everything that I've collected. So, you know, whether it's a plumber, carpenter, whatever the case may be, he was there doing work. What he did was very brilliant. He hired people to move R. Kelly's things out. So his hands was clean, per se. Had people unknowingly going inside of R. Kelly's home, taking out all his furniture, auctioned it off. Now he's at large. Now he's on the run. 50 years old and on the run for stealing somebody's furniture. That's pretty big reason to go to jail. 50 is not old. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is at 50, why you want to steal somebody's furniture? You know what I'm saying? So he... no shots fired. Y'all don't mean no harm.
I mean, me at 40 good. You know what I mean?
Okay, y'all good. It's all right. But look, what I'm saying is, come on now. Can y'all imagine one of your peers running up and stealing somebody's furniture? Does that make sense? But it was brilliant. I got to give it to him. Because he literally hired people who had no idea that they were stealing somebody's stuff.
Because you think about it, though, movers don't ask. No, when I move,
They don't ask no questions.
they don't ask questions. They don't ask where's your homeowner's policy. You know, they don't say none of
Whose
that.
house is this?
Exactly.
They just go in the house and start moving.
So, exactly. And that's what they did. So they took his things to Alfonso's house, Mr. Walker, we'll call him. Okay? They took yes, and auctioned it off. So when the police showed up, they seen some of R. Kelly's things, but no Walker. But he's on the run. So right now, R. Kelly, you know, just shout out his fans. Thank y'all for, you know, being positive.
His live video was everything. I was like,
he was so cool. Like, it seemed like he would have been like so
Shout out to
irate.
Kills.
He just kept it cool. I still, he got a plan up his sleeve.
So let me. Wouldn't you keep it cool after all you done been through this shit though? Like,
He ain't got no choice.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure he had insurance though.
he has insurance.
There are people.
Wait a minute, he has insurance. He knows who did it, and I mean, it takes some negative press off of him. Now he looks like a
Got a
victim
little
to
sympathy.
everybody. I'm
But check
sorry.
this.
I'm always looking at the alternative.
I always play devil's
That's
advocate.
That's why I was.
But it's
over here-
possible.
Girl, that's why I was over here cracking up. Cause
But you know, people are actually saying he did it for an insurance claim. I don't believe that part necessarily. I mean, I feel like he got too much going. He wouldn't do that for an insurance policy. I would like to think so, but I mean, hey,
I
it's
think
options.
a very intelligent PR person is sitting back going, Kels, you gotta do something, bruh. You need to do something.
But I thought the whole case done blew over though. Is the case
It's
still?
never over. It's never over because he always had randoms that pop up out of nowhere.
They pop up. I mean,
They
but when
pop
you're a
up.
celebrity, it comes with
His
the life.
pop up
So
never.
you have to be
But
careful.
His pop up and they always had the same claim.
Right.
It's not like the story changes ever. So this is a story changer. Yeah. 2 of his houses were burglarized.
2 of them.
At the same darn time.
But what messed it up is some of the celebrity reactions, like Michael
I
Blackson.
believe it.
Of
You
course.
would.
Of course.
Because you love Kels.
You
But,
can love Kels. It's cool. We
I'm a
don't know.
Chi-Town baby, so I know game when I see game.
Believe it.
Well, don't pay Michael Blackson no attention. If y'all would have seen some of the stuff that man said. Now, y'all know he's funny,
crazy.
but he out of order. The stuff I was listening to, I was like, wow. He really went in, you know. A lot of people were going in about the girls.
Like, where were they? Did they steal the girls too? And auction them up?
They were saying that the girls, you know, finally got free, came out of this random dungeon and, like, took everything out. And I don't mean to laugh at this because
And
I'd
to
be
get the
pretty
money.
upset if that happened to me. But people
Well,
come up with all
I
types.
hope that he had a good insurance policy and his new furniture, lace his cribs back out. You know,
You know this is going to be an
They
album.
took everything, Mia. Throw rugs.
I seen it. I seen the videos.
You
I
know
looked
this
at the
is gonna be
entire
an
video.
album. This is going to be an album.
What is it? Not trapped in the closet. What would
Switching
this be?
subjects though. Did y'all hear that Tyrese recanted the fact that of like a lot of stuff that he's been saying?
Are you serious?
Yes.
Well, Tyrese is a mental case anyway. I'm sorry.
He is a little nut job, low
That
key.
bruh.
I know you love Tyrese too, but he a little off.
The milk
Yeah.
dud is off.
He a little off.
Y'all gonna leave my man.
But I mean, both of them crazy.
Mike gonna get you.
We went from one
Shout out to
crazy
Mike.
to another crazy. So let's just talk about it, like for real. Of course, Tyrese recanted. Again, he needed publicity. He needed everybody to feel sorry for
What
him.
more do you
I'm-
want from me?
I'm sorry. Really,
I need him to get it together.
girl?
They will.
mm-mm.
They
When
will.
they
I'm
bust
going to the Charlie Wilson R. Kelly concert in February. That was a good plug.
Yeah.
tickets.
Speaking of plugs, don't you have an event coming up in January?
Ooh.
Right.
Ooh. Y'all ain't ready.
We ain't ready.
Y'all ain't ready.
Y'all know I'm not a judgmental person.
No.
And I have an event coming up January the 20th. I'm so sorry you can't get any tickets because it's sold out already. Sold out in about a week and a half. Y'all know I'm putting on because Iceberg's sitting out there. Y'all know I'm putting on right now. Y'all know I'm putting on right now. I'm trying to get put on the team. You feel me? But I'm having a paint party. It's called Pretty Girls Like Trap Music Paint Party and Dance Party. It's called the Paint and Wine Party.
Paint and Wine.
So you're actually going to have a paint party with nothing but trap music.
Okay.
Don't hate on it.
Dancing Diamonds.
Yes.
Need that in my life.
And after we do the paint party with the trap music, we're going to go into the dance party.
And
So we have an instructor. Latressa.
Latressa Miller.
Yes.
Yeah.
Latressa's going to actually be our dance instructor, and we're going to do a little dancing, and we're going to turn up.
What you know what? Let's get it like this.
Get that booty.
That big old booty. But anyway, she's I understand she's in business mode right now.
Part of it.
She's in business mode right now. So what I really want to hear, what we kept hearing yesterday.
I was saying I get to be myself. Like, y'all know when I'm doing a lot of events, y'all gotta do all type of events, women empowerment, whatever. Y'all gotta put on. I gotta put my big girl panties on and make it do what it do. But I get to be like Tamia, straight out of 210 Cedar Street. I get to be myself. You feel me? Like I can't wait. Michael McCrae's wife. Y'all don't see Mike when we how he be at the club.
Yeah. So for those of you who didn't get tickets, January 20th, I'm so sorry because we're going to be lit. But you got a second chance.
Exactly.
And a second opportunity.
February
3rd.
That's how your best friend supposed to move right here. Y'all hear that? That's how she's supposed to move right here. Y'all need to get y'all to Naja James.
Right.
I'm telling y'all. Anyway. But February 3rd, the link is up. You can actually go and get your ticket for that event. It's almost halfway sold out. Just posted it maybe 48 hours ago.
So get on it.
Get y'all tickets. February 3rd.
And that's where the girls get to twerk. Girl, you want to twerk?
Yeah. So stretch before you get there. Stretch it out.
Shout out to the photo shoot that Maurice did yesterday.
Yes, Maurice.
I'll wait for those pics to drop. Don't judge me.
Please don't. And even if you judge, it ain't gonna stop nothing. What? Judge. Dot.
Right.
Dot.
That part.
Give the lad the third one.
Dot.
All right, y'all. We're going to get into my favorite segment, which is the Chime Time segment. Yes. We're going to bring on our male correspondent. Come on, Don.
Come on, Don.
Yes, Don Harris.
Come on, sir.
What up? Look, testosterone in the building.
Right.
Y'all got to share mics.
Yeah, it's cool. We're gonna share.
I like that sweater. Can I hold it? I'm not giving it back. Well, it looks like it looks like a whole blanket. I like this.
You look like money today.
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Look at you. Right? Did I call it a sweater?
Hey. Mr. Rashad Chime Time Mormon, what's going on? Give us that Chime Time.
So it's been a statement surfacing around Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, and I'm going to read it to you guys. You guys opinion. And it reads, you'll never truly know someone well enough to marry them until you see them struggle financially, grieve a lost one, or witness them while they're out. Well, witness them while they are sick. So I just want to see what y'all thoughts
I'm going last.
are about that statement.
Y'all excuse me. I got a little hoarse voice. But I definitely agree with it. For the I'll say it like this. I've been all three of those individuals. You know what I'm saying? I've been in those moments, and in those moments, I really seen not even just allow that person to see me in those vulnerable moments, but see how they react to me being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that was a dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Finding somebody that can handle it as well as I can. So I feel like, all right, so I have sickle cell anemia. So me being ill, like, it's like I'm going through it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So somebody that can handle it and be mentally prepared for those moments when it comes, because it can happen like that. You know what I mean? And literally the last time, like, I went to the hospital, I woke up in pain and went to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Like, out my sleep. So somebody that can handle it to the point where I can be comfortable being, you know what, we gotta listen. Yeah, it's about to go down. I need you to help me get there. You know what I mean? Like, and not feeling like a burden, but at least allowing me. Cause I feel like I'm the type of man that's like, I like to, not necessarily macho, but
You macho. Go ahead and say it.
I like being strong. You know what I'm saying? I don't like looking weak. So somebody that can handle me at the point when I'm trying not to be weak, when I'm the weakest. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, they gotta understand I may be a little off. My delivery, like, nah, I got it. Watch out. Move out the way. I'm going. I'm trying to walk and fall. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I fall, don't be like, yo, see, that's what you get. Like, nah, let me be that man. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me be the man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to walk to the gurney. Like, it ain't going to carry me out this house. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was something that was always been, even when I was a child, like, you ain't going to pick me up out this house and take me to the hospital. Like, I'm going to walk to the ambulance, and then y'all can take me to the hospital. That was like something, I don't know what it is, and I don't know why, because it's really kind of not a good thing. But like, me now looking at it, but in that moment, I'm like, nah, you ain't carrying me out this house. Like, can't walk, you know what I'm saying? Like, legs numb, like, I'm serious. Like, so, especially being ill. Like, so, when it comes to that, I definitely feel that one. Someone that can handle that predicament, not just me being able to handle it, but somebody can handle me in that situation.
So my question to you is, have you found anyone yet that can handle that?
Anyone? There's been, yeah.
He said,
I plead the fifth is why I'm out. I'm not gonna say that situation. I've definitely ran across people who are very nurturing. Like, I feel like women in general are very nurturing. You know what I mean? So I've ran across plenty of women that is nurturing in that way. You know what I mean? Like, I've ran
That's
across.
not what I asked you though.
Leave him alone,
obviously, if I'm not with nobody, like, so I mean, not to say it was for that reason though. Like, I can't say the reason why I'm not with anybody is for that reason. So I can't say there hasn't been anybody.
I'm about to throw you a lifeline. Yeah. So
that
somebody else,
well.
next question, next person. I'm gonna help you out.
But the broke one, being broke, same thing. I feel like the individual being prepared enough to see, being a man, to see the man at that point and be able to handle him in that moment where I'm very much a provider too. Not only strong, like, I feel like it's my job. You know what I mean? So if I'm in that moment, it comes off a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be vulnerable, not being able to have it. Oh, you want them shoes and I can't get it for you. I may be upset that I can't get it for you, but the way it makes me feel, I'm not going to tell you I'm mad that I can't get you the shoes. Right. It's going to come out a way to you, and you may not be able to handle the way I react to that. So it's like being able to have someone with you that can handle you when you're not cool with yourself. You get what I'm saying? Like, so those things, I think, is like very important on both sides, not just the man that can handle himself and that. Because I feel like I can work on that, but somebody that can handle me in those moments as well.
So it does make a difference as far as when you are, not saying I'm not trying to get him in trouble, y'all. I really like your opinion of it. So it really makes a difference as a man if you've encountered those things and you see that your significant other has handled herself in a way that, you know, that she's not judging your situation. You could see yourself saying, you know what, this is the girl I need to be with.
Right. Nah, I definitely could. Yeah.
Instead of going into, because I'm gonna say this, and I'm not gonna. It's not my point, but I'm gonna say this. I've had family members who have met their significant others. They've never, from what I see, and I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but you know, everything was just like lollipops and flowers and, you know, 7-month engagement, and they got married after 7. Ain't never been through nothing. Never been through nothing. And then I've had, I'm gonna stop saying family members, Jesus.
People.
I've had people who have gotten married, lollipops and flowers, and when they finally went through stuff,
done.
The rat for them.
Ow.
It's over for you.
You leaving them?
Right.
Yeah. You leaving them? What?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Couldn't handle it. I mean, and just left. Divorce. So that's crazy.
Yeah, nah, it definitely is. Like, I think that's very important to see in someone early on how they can handle tough situations. Even if you see them in a tough situation, how they handle that, you know, and, you know, as well as monitoring yourself in the way you handle them. Because people in tough situations, you don't know how they're going to react.
Mentally is.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like somebody mentally strong is definitely who I'm looking for. I don't want, like I had girls, like they see me going through pain and they'll break down, start crying. It's like, well, you can't even handle me. Fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry.
It's a grown-up show. You
Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because real stuff, like, it's like, I've never, I broke a leg before, I broke an arm before. Like, it has nothing on the amount of pain that it is. Like, literally cannot walk. Like, legs are numb. Like, so much pain that you pass out because of the pain. Like, I literally passed out, woke up the next day like, damn, where the hell? Like,
Really?
right, like I'm dead ass.
Sickle cell anemia.
Sickle
We
cell.
got to do a show just on sickle cell anemia.
We might have to. I know some people that really be advocating for it like that. They may be
We really do.
better
put
speaking
that on
on
the
it.
calendar.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah.
That's scary.
I relate with you on that. I really do.
What you got going on, Z?
Oh God, I didn't mean to put myself next. You know?
Boom! I thought that was my cue. Give up.
Well, I don't want to be a Me Too type of person, okay? But I understand what you mean by being sick because of Crohn's. So I get it. That's new to me. So I mean, it's real. And if y'all don't know about Crohn's, it likes to send you to the toilet. Feel me? So yeah, it's an issue. You know what I'm saying? So that can happen at any moment.
Right.
Yeah. So that's not good. I like to be cute. You know what I'm saying? If you got on heels or something. Now, although I've been in remission, I haven't had any issues. Like, thank God, I have not had any issues since like around Mother's Day. That was my last flare up. But when I tell you, I relate to you on that. So you definitely want somebody that's positive. Usually, I'm real chill when I'm sick. I'm not like raising Cain and none of that. I think I do more of that when I'm well.
Chill.
But I'm real chill. I don't even tell people if I'm in the hospital sometimes. Cause I don't even want all that. Let me just chill for a second, collect my thoughts. I tell the people close to me and leave it at that. But when I'm coming out, that's when I'm like, y'all, I made it. I'm good. You know, I'm good.
Group text.
So it's just I don't know. I think experiencing just watching somebody grieving a loved one, that can be real.
Have you ever personally experienced that with a significant other? Like all three of those components or any of those
Altogether,
components?
no. Same thing. It's always been just, one or the other. Now, struggling financially, you were saying as a man, you're a provider. That's real for a woman, too, because you don't want to be like the handout chick, like I need this or I need that. You don't want to come off as like super needy, especially when you're dating someone. Like he's not even your husband. So you don't want to come off like asking for stuff. And usually for me, I have that complex too, where I want to make sure I can get it myself. I can get it myself. I don't like asking. And that too can come off. Sometimes I don't think rationally. Like I find myself being snappy when I'm stressed out, specifically financially. I can be real snappy because I'm stressed. My brain is working. My wheels are turning. I'm trying to figure out how I can handle my business. I got, like you, I got a little mouth to feed. So I have things to do. So that is important for somebody to be able to handle you in that point. And also I had to learn to kind of humble yourself because everybody don't know what's going on with you. And I don't want to be that person that nobody wants to be around because I'm so snappy. You know what I'm saying? It's real. That's all I got for that. I never had somebody to experience all three. But I think you did. You said you're going last though, didn't you? She did. Go ahead to me.
I'm not going last because I'm gonna keep it 100.
Go ahead. Go in.
I've experienced all three, like for real. I'm just gonna say I'm 39 years old. I have been with my husband since I was 19.
She look good.
So we done seen
Everything.
the hell and high waters, the ups, the downs.
The muck and the
I
mark.
done seen it all. I done seen, him laying on a hospital gurney with no skin on no parts.
Ooh.
Motorcycle accident. I done seen him laid up in the bed, couldn't talk, had a stroke. I done seen it all. So I will say I done seen the financial aspect of it. I done seen the highs. We going, Bentley shopping to buy here, pay here, begging somebody to give me a car because I'm catching a cab to work. That was just 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Look at
So
God.
I can say
Look
I
at
don't.
him.
It definitely, it definitely plays a part. Even it goes both ways. Me being in college and broke and not knowing nothing, not knowing what I wanted to do with my life, and him setting me down. Let me tell you, like, I got a story.
Tell it.
This before we got married. Probably the first time we ever had a conversation. I remember we were talking, and the first thing he asked me was, he said, "How's your credit?"
That's a good question.
What?
That's a hurtful question sometimes, ain't it?
He asked me in the very first conversation, within the first 30 minutes, was, "How is your credit?" And I was like, "What's that?" I said, "What is that?" I mean, I'm serious. I mean, I wasn't taught. Like, I didn't know any of that.
Yeah,
you know
neither.
what I'm saying?
I feel you, me neither.
So, you know, he was like, "Go to Nissan on Wendover. Fill out an application to get a car, and tell me what they say your credit score is, and ask them when they give you a copy of your credit report." Who does that?
A boss.
Who does that? But he was saying what my credit was looking like what he needed to work on. And this man took my credit report within 48 hours of this conversation. Now, we had just met and went paid everything off of my credit. Y'all ain't hearing me.
Good God.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm looking.
What you do with
you
that?
understand what I'm saying?
I would have married him too.
Went and paid my credit off. Anything that I owed for A&T, I had $1,000 worth of traffic tickets. You know what I mean? I don't know why I kept getting traffic tickets.
Me too.
You had
Park it on
Went up
campus.
there to,
Knowing I was a freshman. Knowing I was a freshman. I
I'm
ain't supposed to have no
serious.
car.
Like, I mean, he literally saw more in me than I actually saw in myself. Because the only thing I thought was just graduate, get a degree, and go home to Gastonia, North Carolina. I never thought past it. Until we started talking. Well, I think I might go to Atlanta. Oh, I might go get a master's degree then. I guess let me go ahead. You know, so that's. I mean, it goes to show that. My point is, you know, we went through a lot of stuff before we actually got married. You know, dealing with, you know, near-death experiences, dealing with, we didn't experience the loss and things like that until later on. Dealing with the loss of my mother and my father within 7 months apart. He just lost his mother about 2 years ago. So I can totally understand, you know, just because you married don't mean you got to stay married. So, you know, you go through things. Mm-hmm. You go through things. God knows you go through stuff. But I think that going through a lot of things that we went through prior to marriage, it actually opened up my eyes, like, can I see myself with this man, you know, eating oodles or noodles versus going to Ruth Chris? And we went through all of that prior to getting married. I seen, you know, him couldn't get an apartment in his name, and we had to get his homeboy to get an apartment because his credit, you know what I'm saying? So I done went through all of that. So I just thank God that the things that we went through prior to him actually asking me to marry him, we went through a lot of that other than the grief part. We experienced that later on into our relationship. But you know, the finances, you know, y'all know I'm very transparent. You know, him going on vacation for a couple years. You know, we went through it all. Put two and two together. You know, we went through it all. We went through it all. But at the same time, you know, it actually, I think there's a respect for me that I was able to deal with his highs, his lows, midpoints and things like that. Like, it made me into a G. Like, it made me be able to handle any circumstance that come my way. Even in his absence, he always would tell me to me, boss up, you got this, you straight, whatever. So it actually enabled me to think outside my means all the time, as far as making sure that everything ran whether he was there or not. And he's still like that. Like, we still, I call D all the time. I'm like, girl, they talking about he want to do this. And she was like, well, Tamia, just do it.
Do it.
You know what I'm saying? He want to do this.
That's some good friend advice right there. You know, you got some that hate,
you know
and they'll tell you the
got
opposite.
some friends that will hate on you, and they just
do it.
like, he doing too much. Because a lot of it's business decisions, and I'm like, okay, he needs some input, because she's in entertainment business as well. And I'm like, girl, do you think this is a good look or what have you? And she's like, girl, if Mike say it's cool, go for it. Because 9 out of 10, he don't put a million thoughts behind it. And it
4 million and one, actually.
Right. But I would say, you know what I mean, it definitely molded me into the woman that I am, as far as being able to deal with him as his wife. Because, you know, Mike is 100% entrepreneur as well. And when you're an entrepreneur, you got stuff on your brain all the time. So I got to sometimes.
Never turns off.
Right, it never turns off. So sometimes I got to be up. If he's up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, he's brainstorming about something, I better go over there and do my little 10-minute cat nap and get my little pad out and start writing down or putting in my notepad on what his vision is. Because once it come across his head, I always tell him his brain is like a CNN screen. It's constantly going. I got to get it when it's good, and we execute. So I would say, you know, we're a hell of a team. We're a hell of a team.
Get y'all Mr. Mid.
Say what?
Get y'all Mr. Mid. She been down.
The McCrays.
Yeah, I'm just down for the crowd.
The rider, the McCrays.
I mean, there's nothing more for me to say.
Yes,
That's
it
why I
is.
went last.
You got your input.
No, because here's my thing. And I'm transparent as well. I walked out of marriages because point blank. And I said marriages, married 3 times. I meant that. I said it. You called it. I said it. Oh, well, what? ... Anyway, I walked out of marriages because when stuff got hard, they weren't the same person.
Makes a difference.
I watched someone lose their father. The father that was never in their life, mind you. But they lost their father. And when they lost their father, their whole character changed. They became abusive. Then they lost their grandfather. They became abusive. I'm sorry. I'm not staying in to be a punching bag at the end of the day. When the finances changed, I'm a punching bag, or you become an alcoholic, or you start smoking and drinking and all of these other things. And one of the things that I know about myself, I'm not perfect, but I'm damn good at me. And with that being said, I value me enough to walk away when it doesn't look right, when it doesn't feel right, when it doesn't execute properly. What I do know is, should I ever decide to make that decision again, that person will understand me and I will understand them. I'm one of those people, when that statement came about, I took it to heart, because the way that a person is when death happens, that's that real person that you see when they're handling it. Whether it's, I'm crazy, I don't know what's going on, or a man with no money, you find out who a man is when he broke. When he up. Oh, you a queen, you this, I love you, you're amazing. When he broke, your name could change to bitch. Excuse me for being so transparent, but I'm 100% with it. I'm 100 with it. So with me understanding that, I understand that in order for me to attach myself to someone again, I need to know who you are. I need to know, I don't want you showering me with a bunch of gifts, because I'm one of those women, I know how to go get it, and I'm going to go get it. I've lost jobs. I've become an entrepreneur while unemployment cut off. I've been homeless. I've been through every situation. And with that being said, can you understand when my mind is trying to figure out how I'm going to make sure that me and my kids, even though they're grown now, but when they were coming up, when they were shorties, when I'm trying to make sure that I still got a roof over their head, no matter how I got to do it. You understand what I'm saying? Never compromise my morals or my values, but at the same time, I learned entertainment because I had to go and sit with R&R, sit with rock, and learn how to bartend a little bit or waitress so that I could take a few dollars so that I could buy a meal for my kids.
That's real.
You understand? And if you worry, if you looking at me talking about why you in the club, why you doing this, why you doing that, bruh, if you don't back the hell up off of me, I'm trying to get it so we can keep a roof over our heads for my babies. Now, obviously, while you asking me why, you ain't bringing nothing to the table, so what we talking about? So I'm just that person that feels as though, yes, you do need to see them broke. You do need to see them hurting. And I mean hurting because you find out who that person is. I've seen, and this may sound crazy, I've seen a person turn almost demonic because of what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? And I got to go through a wall because you mad at the fact that your check ain't what it should be. So at the end of the day, do I need to see it? Do you need to be there for me when I'm sick? Because see, when a woman gets sick, she's the nurturer of the family. You know what I'm saying? She's the one that holds everybody else down. But when she's broken down, are you able to humble yourself enough to become nurturing? Can you care for me in that moment?
Right.
Because I recently went through some stuff where I was like, bruh. And I saw my whole family unit change. My kids are some spoiled brats. But when I went through, they came through. What do you need? I couldn't go in the kitchen and fix me something to eat. My son learned how to fry my chicken when I was sick. Yeah, when I was sick. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that does matter. And women that jump up and get married real quick, you don't know who the hell you marrying. You might have a shapeshifter.
Ooh. Look, chameleon. Shapeshifter.
Right now you look like one thing. A year from now, you done shifted into something else.
You look like a square. Oh, God.
Yeah, you were a circle. Now you're an octagon. You got so many points to
Where them
you.
corners come from?
So,
Right.
I mean, I'm just keeping it 100 because I learned so much. People ask me, well, how did you, I started a band because when nobody let me in a band. All right, let's talk about it.
You better say that.
Tell me no.
Shout out to Alter Egos.
Alter Egos is repping hard on the go-go scene, all female frontline, bruh. But,
Plug our own business.
bruh, yeah, I'm a plug. But, because I can, you know, I'm a brag.
Right.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Boast just a little bit. But I started doing things because people told me that I couldn't. I wrote my first stage play because somebody told me that I couldn't. I found somebody and I worried the hell out of them till they mentored me. You can't tell me no and then I go away. I bugged her for the longest time.
She did. I'm serious.
Look,
Is this?
after I look, this is my social media best friend. We became friends via social media. So don't sit up there and talk about everything about social media is bad. But we became true friends afterwards. Sure. But I bugged her because it was an event. I wanted her to do an event with me. And I kept bothering her and kept bothering her and kept bothering her. And she side-eyeing me and I'm side-eyeing her.
Ooh, let me say this though, because you just gave me an aha moment. And I swear we're going to get into the business spotlight.
We're going to get into
what
it.
in the world? Let me say this. You just really gave me an aha moment. Prior to me and the Naja meeting, we, you know, I'm a hairstylist here in Greensboro. Weave Dr. Salon. Shout out.
Shout out.
And, you know, my husband did the parties. My husband did all the promotions and things like that. I kind of was the door girl. You know, I collected the money. You know, I never really thought about promoting or anything like that. He would be tagging stuff on my page. Accept my tag. And I'm like, who are you flooding my timeline?
Bullying you over a tag.
Because I wasn't even thinking that deep. You know what I mean? I actually had my own little following. Mm-hmm. So she actually saw something, how I was promoting my salon, and was like, if this girl's promoting her salon like this, and her salon is thriving like this, why can't, if I attached her name to this event, it's going to blow.
And it did.
She introduced me to what I'm doing now. She actually met me in my husband's office. Told me, Tamia, I want to do this event. It was a domestic violence event for this young lady who got shot in the head like 5 times.
Yeah,
this was about 2 or 3 years ago. And we did an event at Boston to raise money for her. And she came to me and she said, you real heavy in the community. I really want you to be a part of this. You think you can help me put it together? We put it together within a day.
Yeah.
Had it 2 weeks, sold it out.
Sold out.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
The power of association, like for real. So thank you, boo.
Of course. And now I work for her.
Stop it. A1 events.
A1 events. Yeah. Book us. Anyway, but the whole point of it is if you can build through social media, which is what's going to segue us into our business spotlight.
Yes.
Get ready.
Because I don't mean no harm, y'all. Listen, I got to give you this back. I got to sit up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm about to skate with you.
Just sit up a little bit. For those of you who don't know, if you don't know who I am, I'm sorry. You should. If you don't know who she is, I'm sorry. You should. But there are a lot of people in the Greensboro community that have helped to brand entertainment. And this week, we wanted to talk about the business of entertainment. And we have two guests today that really co-sign that spectrum. I'm honored to be here with them both because the years of experience in marketing, promotions, event planning, as well as sound, engineering, musicianship is, I would say it's over 100 years of experience in here. And I'm not saying that in the years of how long they've been in the community, but the level of events that they've put on. Because sometimes the event you put on gives you your experience.
Right.
So today, we're so honored to have two people from two different spectrums, but both are moguls when it comes down to the business of entertainment. I'm honored because Eric Jones with Reinforcing Sounds is joining us. And for those of you who don't know who Eric Jones is, I'm sorry. He is the man behind the people who give you some of your greatest concerts. Those of you that are in the Triad area, all of y'all are fans of Anthony Hamilton. When the Hamiltons hit the Breakfast Club, all of y'all, I know Tooie. That's what y'all, I know Tooie. I know Vito. I know all of them. But what you don't know is for an artist to deliver, they must sound good.
Right.
And in order for them to sound good, there are certain people that are in the background that make it happen, that design their sound plot. And Eric Jones is one of the most phenomenal sound engineers, not just in the Triad area, but nationally. So it is my honor, it is my pleasure to introduce my friend. I call him my friend this week. He ain't gonna know me next week.
Not true.
My friend, but also someone that I've respected for many, many years, Mr. Eric Jones.
Let me give you that.
Thank you.
Thank
I don't know
you.
what to say to all of that.
Thank you so much for coming on. It's a pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine.
Definitely a pleasure.
So the first thing we're going to talk about is your sound company, Reinforcing Sound. How did you get into doing sound?
Sound comes from, first of all, I play bass guitar.
I'm going to need you to put that, we want the good sound. There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
So I played bass guitar. That's where I first got into music. And so it's me, my dad, my brothers had a quartet group. And I was working at a Chrysler dealership. I was working on cars too. So I met a guy there. He played bass too. But he played in a country band. And so he and I clicked because we were both bass players. So from there, I used to go with them to their gigs. And when I get to the gig, they had stacks of speakers, man, And they had a soundboard as wide as this chair, And us, when we come back to the quartet group, we had a little 6-channel mixer.
Oh, wow.
Square box, man, with 2 speakers on a stick. They used to let us come and rehearse at their rehearsal spot, man, and they would record us, and it was like, wow. And I prayed about it. I said, well, Lord, if you give me the wherewithal to be able to make black gospel sound like this, I'll do whatever I can for the kingdom. So I do stuff, man. Whenever I help somebody, I help them. I don't care, because it comes back. So from there, it was like, started meeting people, and learning from everybody that I met, and just get put in. I thought about it, and you get put in situations where you can think back. People say I thought back, but they say you can either learn or somebody can hurt you when you meet somebody. Then you don't know if they're there for good or for bad. You got to figure that out, But I can look back on the way the relationships and the people that I met, was a building block. Even down to I moved from Burlington to Greensboro, got married, and the reason I came to Greensboro was because my best friend, they fired him for a stupid reason. And I got mad at him, at the company, and I quit too. So,
That's Fred.
you know,
That's
I
Fred.
quit
Wow.
too because it was wrong of them to fire him, and everybody else was doing it too. You know, we was all getting inspection stickers is what it was for our car.
Right.
And back then, inspection was like $325. You know, but everybody else, when it's time for your inspection, you just write it up, put a sticker on your car, and ride. You know, but anyway, so even all the way back to that little bit, had I not did that and came to Greensboro to work, you know, I wouldn't be still in Greensboro. You know, so it's, every relationship, really, I thought about how much it meant to me and how they say one relationship can change your life.
That's
you
so
know,
true.
and that's true.
All right.
So true.
So there are some people that want to know what you're doing now. What are you doing now? I know you're home for a little bit. You're on a little
Yes.
bit, that much of a hiatus.
Yes, for a little
But
bit.
tell us some of the things that you've been able to do this year.
This year, I've toured with, we just got off a tour with Leela James and Tank. And we just finished that this past Friday. Actually, the tour ended on Friday. It usually ends on a Saturday on a weekend. And earlier this year, I was with Leela James, Lettucey, and Maxwell. Been with Anthony Hamilton this year, and Charlie Wilson. That was fun. And so it's been a lot. And also, I've been working with, I fill in for my buddy Marty. He's down in Durham with the Who's Bad, Michael Jackson tribute band. Now that's kind of
love
fun
them.
too. Yeah, that's real fun. So I'll be going with them next week to Detroit.
Now, you've also been able to pull some other sound engineers from Greensboro
Yes, oh yeah.
and to give them a start to help with national tours. Tell us about that.
That would be Ken Shields. Yeah, Ken, he's been wanting to do sound, and he's been sticking around, and he shows up, and he does what he needs to do. You know, a lot of people come to you and say, hey, man, can you help me? Yeah, sure. Well, I got a gig this Saturday. Come on by. So Saturday comes, you're there with the truck, ready to unload. Oh, man, you know, so the ones that stick around, I'm willing to give whatever I can, you know, to give back. But you got to show up.
So you do allow mentoring
Oh, yeah, for
opportunities.
Sure. For sure. I've got Micah and Fitzgerald Tate, they're brothers. They're actual musicians,
I know
too.
Fitz.
Yeah, so they came to me and I said, well, sure. And every time I call them, we there. And they there. Even down to just taking the equipment out. We'll have to take it out, clean it up, straighten it up. They get in there and they work. Man, it's hard to find younger guys now that actually want to do the labor part of it. It's still a need for just general labor. You know,
That's a
so
big
that's
part
a
of the sound,
start.
too, though.
Yeah,
It's a
that's a
big part of
start.
it. Expensive equipment.
Yeah, before you can mix, you got to know how to hook it up.
Right.
You got to know what it is, you know. Even down to, like, the instruments. You got to know what a kick drum should sound like. You know, you got to know what the bass should sound like.
I have so much respect
Yeah.
for that. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I love the fact that I tend to call Eric Jones randomly.
That's all good.
I'm so random. Hey, Eric, such and such asked me for a sound plot. Never done one before. What do I do? And he literally came and sat with me and showed me. Showed me what to do, but also mapped out the plot,
Yes.
did my stage plot for me, and then came into my rehearsal and sat with me and said, this is what you need, so that when you're talking to sound techs, you can know the proper language. I bring up that point because a lot of times as artists, we only want to be the artist. We don't want to understand what's happening behind the scenes. We don't want to understand what's happening over to the left or with the promoter. We don't understand all aspects of it. So I'm going to say we, but I don't mean me, but we come in with this diva mentality of, I need it this way. But you don't understand the schematics of it.
Right.
And one of the things that I really valued and appreciated is at one point you were actually attempting to train some other sound techs in this area if they were willing.
Yes.
I know you were actually looking for a location. We checked to see if my spot was big enough. His equipment is so big it won't fit. I'm going to expand, y'all.
It's coming.
Expansion is coming. But you are so willing to help the next artist you're not even just the artist, but the person that's hungry.
Yes.
I know that you've also been able to help some people, some musicians get placement as well.
Yes.
On national tours.
Yes.
Talk to us about that. How do you determine that somebody is ready?
Well, first of all, you just have to watch them, and you watch their work ethic first. If they're always showing up late for church, they can't make it on the other end. You know, if they don't have the bass strap, they don't have the sticks. Always looking, always borrowing. Always have to go
Hold on.
call
They're always
somebody.
doing what?
Borrowing. I always have to call somebody. Hey, dude, I got a gig tonight. No, you need your own equipment. That's step one. That shows how serious you are about your craft, A. And you got to have a decent, you don't have to have thousands of dollars anymore. They got stuff now. You could $500 to get you some nice gear that you can take to a gig and be proud of, And so if you don't take care of your craft, then that speaks for itself.
So you're looking for professionalism and pride.
Yes.
Okay.
You know.
The last thing that I'm going to talk about, and then I'm going to allow us to move on, is I noticed that you also recently did a giveaway.
Yes.
You actually have different companies that donate equipment to you, whether it's mics or I don't know what else. I know about the mics because I was trying to get my own mic. I was trying to be fancy. I ain't wearing y'all.
Well, I did it honestly.
I know you did. But it was a beautiful thing that you actually donated back to some of the artists in this area, specialized microphones for them. Tell us about that.
Well, I got with they have a big show called NAMM that's out in California, all the newest instruments, the electronics that's coming out. So I went to NAMM like 2 years in a row. And the band members, they usually end up getting what we call a full ride or endorsement, and they get guitars given to them, amplifiers, drums, because they can be seen on stage. But as a sound engineer, I went 2 years in a row. I bet you I had a stack of cards, and I talked to people. And when I came home, I reached back out. So then they all said, well, we got to go do another show, blah, blah, blah. So I gave them a month. Man, I sent emails. So Howe was a microphone company. They reached back out, called back, and they started giving me stuff. So whenever I'm on tour, if I need something, if I see something on their website, I say, I want to try it, So I don't get a full ride now. I just get, good discount off of it. But for tour time, I get stuff. So if I get it, I don't want to turn around and sell it. That's a slap in there. I just keep spreading, keep on giving, because that way that lets other people know about their product, as well. Yeah.
How important is it to network in the entertainment industry?
The 90% of entertainment is who you know. Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, because you got a lot of guys that go to the schools and they get the knowledge. Yeah, but until somebody can say, call my guy, So networking is, to me, 90% of it. Because unless they know you, it's because you always want to look out for your friends. If you can look out for your boy, then look out for your boy. And so that's sort of how I got in, through Rashad Jenkins. Every time I got a gig, he get a gig.
You got a gig.
So that's I am. He says I'm his guy. So whenever he get a gig, he let the people call me, say, hey, what, and that's it. So to me, that would probably be one of my biggest supporters, I guess you want to say, or contacts.
I agree.
Yeah.
So how can people get in contact with you if they need to book you for sound? Because you're home right now.
Yes, I'm home right now.
How long are you home for the moment?
Till New Year's Eve.
If you got a gig right about now and you want your sound to be crisp, you might want to book them. But how do people get in contact with you, Eric?
Phone number 336-324-2846. Email ejonessounds@gmail.com.
and your Facebook, and I think you also have a Instagram too. Don't you?
Instagram, yeah. I don't do a lot of social media. That's why he and I was talking about Iceberg earlier. And I guess it's time for me to. That's why I'm here. I'm trying to get myself
Right.
into this part of it. I'm always.
You may
sorta
not do a
shy.
lot, but we got you, right?
Yeah.
Which is the reason why you have people, even those people that you gave the microphones, you
Yeah.
wanted them to tag you.
Yes.
When they go
Yes.
out and they go live, make sure that they.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So how can we reach you on Facebook? What's your name on Facebook?
It's just Eric Jones on Facebook. You'll see my picture show up.
Eric N. Jones.
Eric
Make sure you
N.
get the
Jones,
N in
yes.
there. All right.
Instagram is ENJ007.
ENJ007.
Yes.
You got to do your research, y'all. You want to make sure that people can reach him.
True.
Because it's
true.
1,001 Eric Joneses. That's a popular name. But you got to know the N. Jones.
Yes.
All right.
That's it.
So we want to thank you so much for coming in and just vibing with us on Trending in the Triad. Do you have any wisdom that you want to give to the public or anybody coming up in the industry?
Just work hard and be for real. If you say you're going to do something, do your best to do it. And that's it.
That part. Look. I wanted to shout, but these heels might hurt.
But thank you so much. Hopefully one day we'll work together.
For sure. It's coming.
For sure. It's coming. We're going to speak that.
Nothing but a phone call
Look,
away.
he's going to be my guy.
He could be my guy too.
That's why he's going to be your guy.
Okay.
Because, we work.
All right.
We gets it. But, I'm going to get that tour and I'm going to be, Eric,
You'll speak it. 2018.
And it's
2018.
2018.
Yeah. And 19. Continuous.
Continues.
Residual.
Residual. All right. Thank you so much for
Thank
just
you.
coming in and vibing with us. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. That was good.
Yes, honey.
That was good.
But this going to be good, too.
Yes, it is.
I'm so ready.
Well, I just want to say it's my honor to introduce this next person. I have heard so much about him just being in Greensboro in the last 5 years. I left back in 2001, and I came back in 2012. And this person's name, Iceberg Entertainment, was on every scene, every set. And I can say, and I'm going to say this confidently.
Come on now.
He is my husband's mentor.
Yes.
He was my husband's mentor without him even meeting this man. And he literally watched this man grow. He watched him, some of the things that he would do. We would go out and support. It was because his name preceded itself. It meant, you were going to have a good time. It was going to be a great event. And I would say I just want to welcome Mr. Thomas Iceberg Wilson to Trending in the Triad.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Oh man, the pleasure is mine. Thank you.
I got to talk junk. She said she's heard your name for 5 years.
Okay.
Bro, I've been here for 15 or better. And
Oh, you better
everything
tell her
is
now.
Iceberg.
Okay.
Iceberg Entertainment.
I promise you.
Iceberg Entertainment.
Say it ain't so.
And then, wait a minute. Don't try to put it in bed when he got one go. Just shut yours down.
Please shut your
It's
event
done.
down.
Say it ain't so.
I need y'all to check y'all dates.
Check your dates, please.
Are you serious?
Do your homework.
So serious.
Because if Iceberg has an
I'm
event
so
going on,
serious.
they ain't coming to yours.
Who's that guy?
That guy.
Man, that iceberg sounds serious.
Sir.
I need to meet him.
It's 4 heart attacks. But it don't bow.
I need to meet that man.
I just want to say, and I'm gonna say, like I said, I cannot thank you enough because I can say when we transferred up from Atlanta, my husband loves music. He loves the entertainment business. We started doing his thing in Atlanta under AG Entertainment in Atlanta, and when
That's
we were
powerful.
researching, he actually was groomed under him. And when we started researching Greensboro, your name kept coming up.
And he don't even
And
live
I was
here.
like, who is this man? I'm talking about, Y'all, when I say he had this whole state shut down.
Down. Not even shut down. Down.
Down. And so when my husband started coming up here, and as men, they're prideful. And, he would hear about, Iceberg Entertainment, and things like that, different parties you would be doing, different clubs you own. And he was like, God, babe, that's what I want to do. He's like, that's what I want to do. He's like, but I'm from here. Ain't nobody going to support me. I said, look at this man. Look at what this man is doing. I said, get in contact with him.
Right.
And when he finally told me that y'all had linked,
Oh yeah.
I said, oh my God, thank you. Because I had heard, it's literally like you were part of my family.
Oh yeah.
Years.
Oh, we definitely family.
Definitely.
Oh,
So I salute it.
your husband said something to me one day that made me step it up.
Really?
I thought I was going hard till he made a statement to me. That statement right there just pushed me to another level.
Really?
I'm the type of person that I'm relentless. I don't stop for nothing. I don't believe there's nothing I can't accomplish in this world because I believe in my Lord. And through him and through prayer, I'm always going to be successful. But he said something to me that told me, and it was like a message saying, you need to go to another level. You've been playing here too long. And I'll go ahead and share it. He told me you got a blank check. You just don't know how to write it.
I got you.
Dang.
No,
I got war.
I'm a thinker. Me, I'm constantly thinking. My wife would tell you, my brain never stops. I'm always thinking about next move, next plan, next path, leveling up. And when he said that to me, I like challenges. It was like he called me out and said, you all right, but you slacking. You too comfortable.
Well.
Where's that fire at? Like you just said, I heard a lot about you. And we vibe, like we really vibe from a spiritual level, from a mental level, from a professional level. But when he made that statement while we was talking, I couldn't get out of my head. So that told me, even though it came from him, he was just a messenger from a man upstairs, telling me that I've got more for you. And I went to another level with it.
That's all right. Go ahead, Mike McCray.
Definitely. Mike, where you at?
How did you get into the entertainment business?
Man, that's a very good question.
Because it's a million minds want to know. They want to know,
very
how
good
did
question.
this man do what he do?
I was at all the scenes. I went to A&T. I got my degree in psychology. There you go. I was working for a Fortune 500 company as well. But I wanted to do part because I was always in the club. I was in the club with Biggie, Wu-Tang, everybody. You name it, I was around them, like really around them. Not just somebody, hey, I was really around them. And I ran into two other promoters. At the time, they were well established. They knew everybody. But long story short, they didn't give me the respect I felt like I deserved because I wasn't no clown. They didn't clown me, but what it was a little hate behind what the statement they made. And that was a challenge to me. I'm competitive. I hope you could tell by now. I'm competitive. So when they made that statement like, hey, you can't do it, or they didn't take me serious, and I believe when I come sit down with you with respect, because I'm big on respect. When I come sit with you with respect and I tell you and voice what my vision and how I believe we can interact and grow, and you play me to the side, I don't need no crutches. I don't need nobody hold my hand. I'm coming to you out of respect because this is your lane. And I was raised that way. Don't jump in the next man's lane. Try to build first. And when you don't give me a room, I make room. I make room. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what I hope comes out of this whole session, be honest with you. That our culture is powerful. Just look at our music. Our music transcends worldwide. Everybody listens to our music. Everybody imitates our style, the clothing we wear. We run the scene, but we don't understand how powerful we are. And what we need to do is appreciate our value. See, we got to love ourselves before we can tell them to love us. And that's the key. You have to love yourself. She has to love herself before her husband loved her.
Right.
You had to love yourself before Mike loved you. Right. He looked at you and said, no, I see a jewel. I see a diamond right there. I'm going to apply some pressure on her.
Oh,
You know? And that's what do it.
he applied it too.
When you got something inside of you, see, a lot of us need to be pushed. Seriously, we need to be pushed. Because we get in a comfort zone, comfort level. We get around our little tribe where, you know, this my homeboy. If he ain't going to try to be none, I'm not going to try to be none. If she ain't really
break
trying.
out of there?
How you break out of that?
Comfort?
It's a mindset. Success is a mindset, period. You can be broke without no money, but if you have a rich mindset, you're going to be wealthy. Nothing's going to stop you. And when you want to go to the next level, it's sad to say, sometimes your homeboys got to be your homeboys on the side.
Sorry.
And the business relationship got to be your business relationships. And they need to understand that. But let me say this clearly, though, and just to be exact and be clear. It's about sacrifice. You will not win in this world if you're not willing to sacrifice. And the first thing you have to do to go to the next level, you got to kill your old self. At the next level, your old self needs an eviction notice.
Boy, you was talking.
And that's serious right there, because your mind has to grow. You have to give different type of friends. Everybody don't need to do the same thing. I don't hang out with all promoters. I don't hang out with all musicians. I don't hang out with all business people. I don't hang out with all black people, all white people, Asians. I hang out with everybody because wisdom is worldwide.
Yes.
You have to learn other people's culture. When you marketing yourself, your business, it's not just black people that want to purchase your items. Everybody wants to purchase valuable stuff. Look at what you wear. Look at the car you drive. Look at the house you live in and the products in your house. Open your mind. The world is bigger than a little neighborhood. And that's the problem. We stuck. So you want to get past your limitations? I just got to say this. You got to find God first. You have to. You have to find God first. And when you
don't have you up in here crying.
but it's real. And this is not no sound bite. This is how I've carried my whole life. And that's why I've always been successful. Because when people felt like they was competing against me, I went to prayer.
Jesus.
I dug deep because I understood something. It wasn't my flesh I was going to get the strength from. It was my spirit.
Right.
You know, back in the day, y'all got it easy right now. Y'all got social media. You got designer flyers. You got all this stuff. Let me take y'all back.
How did you do it, Iceberg?
Let me take y'all back.
Tell us how you did it.
Street.
We made flyers at Kinko's.
He was in the streets, like
The
straight
most
up.
elaborate thing on a flyer, you might have put some stars around it and bold lettering. You had to go to Kinko's and cut your flyer.
Do you remember?
Listen, when I compete against people, at the time when I first started, I didn't have a lot of money. But I knew they couldn't outwork me. And what drove me was every time I heard somebody was in competition radio commercial, I went back and hit the streets. Every time I heard somebody else's commercial, I put flyers on. I taped it at a gas station. I was the first one that got the stores in the mall to allow people to start leaving flyers in the mall.
Thank you for that.
Because I went to every store and I asked them, you have to learn to play the game. And the key thing of life, relationships, is not money. It's not money, I promise you. It's not money. It's relationships. Because if you got say for instance, right, I got a relationship with her. I got a real relationship with her. Then I always got her as a connect. That door is always open to me. But if you just want to be a taker and you ask her for something one time, but you don't show the law of reciprocity, no love back, You just closed your door. You just killed your own blessings. But as long we have a real relationship, I can always call her. I can always call somebody else. And that's what always held me down. I had a real relationship. When I went to a nightclub to get it, I didn't have to beg. My man owned that club. Or when I spoke to the owner, I didn't speak to the side people that want to get a cut year and a cut year before you get to him.
Yep.
I went to owner, made a deal, and put my life on it. Guaranteed him I would make that happen. If I don't make it happen, don't pay me nothing. That's when you know you believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. When you want an artist, listen to me.
Speak to him.
Talk.
You want people to believe in your music.
Come on.
You want people to believe in you. Believe in yourself first. Make yourself accountable. Stop holding everybody else accountable for your music. Get there on time. Get there early. Find out what's going on behind the scene. And, you know, like you said, this is a segment saying, okay, we're talking about business, right? Entertainment. Entertainment business. Recognize that last part of it. Business. Because the business is more important than the gift. If your business isn't right, you're going to go broke. You're going to lose friendships. Big companies won't want to deal with you. Let's be clear. You have to get your business in order. And the key thing is this. Your life and your business coincide. If your life is in disarray, your business will be in disarray.
Speak.
They go together. There's no exception. How you handle yourself in your personal life will cross over to your business. So you have to get your mind right. Read. Just because you rap about this don't mean that's the only subject matter you read. Read everything. Look at all these artists that's had longevity, that's lasted and went to the next level. Look how their craft has advanced. The subject matter, the content they spoke about initially, and the content they speak about now, being at another level, they became more aware of the world. Global. Black people, we have to get involved in two things and really understand this. Global economics and global politics. We have to. There's no other way. You have to learn what's going on all the way up there so you can realize how it affects your city, your neighborhood, your community. And you have to educate yourself. Not the education that you go and say, and I'm not knocking nobody, everybody has to play their part. If you have to get a job, get a job. But get a job and be a boss-minded person. Get a job saying, listen, I'm starting here, but I want to get here. So have this in mind. So always carry yourself like you're up here. Because believe me, employers notice this.
Yes.
Everybody notice how you represent yourself, how you respect yourself. That's why when somebody walks in a room, you're looking at something different about that person. That person about their business. They don't have to say they're about their business. Everything they do tells you they're about their business.
You're talking right now.
No. And that's just, you have to be real with yourself. Don't go, yo, man, what up? Yeah, you know, I want to get on. I want to do this. I want to do that. Tell me what you want to do. Now tell me what you've done to get there. You want me to invest all my time in you, but you won't invest your own time in you. What can I do with that? I can't be the only one to believe in you.
Come on now.
You have to believe in you. So you have to do your homework. You have to do your due diligence. And you have people out here that will help you if they know you're serious. And how they know you're serious? They see you doing it.
You're working.
They see you doing it. Guess what? We're going to help them. We're going to help them. And don't get your feelings in this. It's not going to be your homeboy and your homegirl. It's not going to be the people that's always around you. Your supporters are gonna come from people you don't even know.
Honey,
That's just true. They're gonna come from people
I
you
know
don't
we
know.
on camera, y'all, but I'm. Lord,
She about to run, y'all.
I'm about to run off this set.
I do have a question. Going through your bio and listening,
Okay.
Amazing.
listening, I hear the other side. The motivational speaker.
Okay.
I hear it.
Okay.
What are your plans moving forward in that direction? Because we those of us who are in this area
Right.
understand
Right.
the business mogul, and I constantly call her a mogul as well. We
Okay.
understand the business mogul with the
Okay.
promotions.
Right.
What is your direction for the mentorship as well as the motivational speaking and business development that you have as a
That's a
coming
great question. I'm on a journey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the journey I'm on is to create at least 10,000 entrepreneurs, 10,000 strong business-minded people, and better leaders. And the reason why I say better leaders, because the only way this world is going to get better is by having better leaders.
Mm-hmm.
We have to understand and be inclusive. It's an inclusive world. White, black, Asian, doesn't matter. It's only one world. But the key is this, is leadership. See, we're in disarray because who we're watching, who our mentors have been. And if they don't have the proper message that, and you're soaking all this in, what does that say to you when you come up? We've been told too much what to do. But the other side of your spectrum, in your mind, it has to be a shift and say, not only is this what I'm want to do, this is what I'm going to do. No in between. Can't be no gray area. Either you do or you don't.
Right.
Stop giving yourself excuses. I want to create leaders. I want to create people to say, listen, I'm going to master this. Why do we not have black? Listen, we got a handful of billionaires. Why? When we're the number one consumers. We can't say we don't have money. We have money. We need direction. We need leadership. We need inclusiveness. We need to trust each other again.
What do you think the first step is to getting towards that?
Conversation. Conversation. Representation, but you have to talk first. And we cannot be scared of paperwork.
Come on now.
We can't be scared of paperwork. The handshake stuff, that worked back in my early days because you had a lot of, you had true people that stood on their word.
Yeah.
It's a different era. And to avoid misunderstandings, paperwork.
Yes.
Get a contract that states what this person will do, what you will do. If you don't want to go as far as the contract, get a memorandum of understanding. All that does is just clarify what I'm bringing to the table, what my tasks are, and what your tasks are. That's it. We're not locked in. Learn to date.
Yes.
You don't have to be in a business partnership with somebody because they sound right. You don't know. Like you were speaking earlier, you don't know somebody until you really go through the lows with them. Everything's good at the high. We're winning. What happens at that dip? The true person.
When the money get funny.
True. If your relationship was strictly based on money, and just say you was carrying the weight, and the other person really was just there, but you couldn't really see it because you had a clientele, you had the revenue coming in, but then when it got low and you have to go down and say, okay, what are we going to do? How do we get back up? What's our approach? What's the systematic approach here? What's our strategy? How do we adapt? And the person like, I don't know, dog. It's on you. I mean,
And he's not speaking just on a marriage tip. We were speaking about on a marriage tip earlier. He's speaking on just having a business relationship with relationships, period.
But business is almost, it's like it until a marriage.
It is.
Because of the
It's an agreement.
commitment. Yeah.
Right.
The contractual commitment.
Right.
That's true. That's so true. Well, I was reading your bio, and I was also looking at other things that you're doing. You have something called Mogul Vision.
That's the oh man.
Please tell us more about that, because that name by itself makes me want to just know, what is that about?
Yes.
It's creating a network of top leaders, top business leaders in every field, and coming together, forming that partnership that everybody's under one umbrella. So there's no I in team. It's nobody trying to get the spotlight. We're trying to service people on a global scale.
Right.
So if you're in technology, if you're in the health industry, financial industry, entertainment industry, we want to put everybody under one umbrella. And then we attack. East Coast, West Coast, overseas, we attack.
You said attack.
It's the reason why I say attack.
I'm sorry, but see that caught me right in my spirit.
Okay.
Because I heard you say earlier, I'm competitive.
Yes.
You said attack. Can you say it again?
Attack.
Thank you. I just need to hear
And I'm going to tell you why I say attack. We play defense too much. We have to learn to be offensive. You pay house insurance, you pay car insurance, you pay life insurance, and I guarantee you might have a home. I guarantee you don't know how to play offense with them. I can teach you. Read the information. It's so much key things in all those documents, but they know you won't read it. That if you use it, you can play offense. Your business is offense. The entity from LLC to C Corp, S Corp. Let me just say this. This is a true nugget. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. And that's why 45 maneuvers the way he maneuvers. You can't get mad for people taking advantage of the information that's out there.
Right.
That same information is accessible to everybody, but you have to do your due diligence. Nobody's going to tell you that, hey, asset protection. You set up 3 different companies. I'm going to give you a little smidget. You set up 3 different companies. One company needs to be the company that holds the money. The other company needs to be the company that does the function. This company right here pays everybody. The company that simply does the function is the company that needs to be out there. Because when that company gets sued, it has no asset. It just does a service. But people aren't going to tell you how to play these games. These tools are available. But you have to put yourself in the right room, the right settings, the right area, the right community in order to find that out. You have to get outside your little circle. You have to speak. Listen, that statement a lot of people put up, sit with winners, the conversation is different. It's true. It is. Winners talk about winning. Winners don't have time to deal with the little stuff. They're focused on a big picture. You have to be a big picture person. People say entrepreneur. I'm changing that. Moguls. We need moguls.
That's right.
You need to think big. If you know how to provide a service and you really know the business, why are you working for somebody else?
Ouch.
Why? Believe in yourself. Step out on faith. You know what you know. Prove it. I wanted to do parties. I told this person, I told this person, I told that person. But it wasn't until I told myself that I could be successful at it.
Wow.
And when I first started, I was doing all right. I said, oh man, this is easier than I thought. I can do this. True story. That name Iceberg.
I was going to ask you where that came from. That
Yeah.
was my question.
Oh, man. That name Iceberg came about after I took the worst loss ever. I lost everything. Everything. Didn't have nothing left. I was going through a serious mental warfare. Serious. Those of you who understand spiritual warfare and understand when you're in an isolated place, you're in a dark place because you have nothing. Your mind is gone. I lost everything. And I was in a position prior to that where I wasn't worried about no next meal. But I took a gamble on something big that was too big for me at the time. And I lost everything. That's when you find out what you're made of.
Right.
But the biggest thing about that is, and this is what I want us to realize, it was a blessing. I'm glad I lost it all. Because what that told me, the Lord had his eyes on me.
Yes.
He meant for me to lose it all to bring out of me what was really there. It brought out of me hard work, dedication, perseverance, really understanding my craft, believing in me, not believing in my best friend over here or this person that says you could do it, believing in me. It took me to lose everything for him to break me down, to say, make up my mind. Either you're going to do it or you're not, but you have nothing to help you but you. I had no friends, because when you're up, everybody's around you. But when you lose it, like you said, they talk about you. I don't care. I was hurting. But that hurt that was inside brought the fire out that was inside. I didn't have nothing to lose. When you're at the bottom, you got nothing to lose. I can't go no further down.
Tell me about
I
it.
have nothing to lose.
Tell me about it.
So all the fear, all the self-doubt, all that little voices in your head that tells you, you can't do it, or you know what they're going to say about you, or they not coming to your party. Doesn't matter no more. It doesn't matter no more. Because now you tell yourself, if it's really in you, if you're really about that life, I got to do it. Now I'm really going to do it. And that's what happened. Late nights, early mornings. I train myself, I don't need an alarm clock to wake up. If I tell myself right now I'm waking up at 2 a.m., I'm waking up at 2 a.m. My wife can verify that. I can take 10-minute nap and have full energy when I wake back up. I had to build that in myself because I had no choice. I didn't want no handouts. I don't want to ask nobody for nothing. I'm going to do it. And that's what I've been all my life.
Wow. I can't wait to go back and watch the show. Oh. I'm speechless. I'm speechless.
Duh.
Like, wow. Breakthrough transformation. What's that about?
Man, it's actually exactly what you were speaking about. Is breaking through the limited mindset, the scarcity mindset. The transformation is the process.
Right.
And it's a mentoring program, it's a coaching program, it's a training program. It's for personal and business development and spiritual. Because you have to have all those three entities. If your personal life isn't right, your business life won't be right.
So true.
But it starts with the spirit. I'm not nobody pastor. I just tell you to reach down inside of you. Because that's where your true power is. It's not the outer shell. And the iceberg symbol is, it's not what you see. It's what you don't see. And when people look at you, they don't look at the pain you've been through to be successful. See, everybody, when you ask them, when we write our bios, everybody talks about their accomplishments. I want to know what you went through to get there, because that tells me who you really are. That when things get tough, things get rough, are you going to be there? If it was handed to you, you haven't been tested yet. Right. And you have to be tested. You know, I had a few friends, you know, it's some people out here that they have drive. But they have drive when everything is going good. Sure. Or they had the right support group. But when you isolate them and say, show me now, that mental warfare is a little different. It's a little different. You got pro athletes, they can fight. But when they go to the next level, like say for instance, they fight somebody like Mayweather. At that next level, you got to raise up to that level and go beyond him. See, for instance, me, I'm not going to fight Mayweather. I need to fight somebody bigger than Mayweather in my mind. Right. You need to have a challenge bigger than what you see to make that person smaller, because then they just a stepping stone. Get out my way. Get out my way.
Yes.
When you want to be the best has to become little to you. That's the vision you must have. You must decrease whatever that best person is. That challenge has to be small. So when you about to face an obstacle that you feel is big, you got to make that obstacle small, because you have to say to yourself, what's in me is bigger than the challenge. So I'm going to walk through it. That's what breakthrough transformation is.
How could I sign up?
Right.
What? Oh, okay.
You're already doing it.
Get my life together.
How can people become a part of your program? That does help us segue, because I'm sure that there are people that are watching or sitting here who are like, how do I become a part? How do I get involved?
I've had the same phone number since 1997.
Tell them.
336-681-3297.
Okay.
The same phone number since 1997. 336-681-3297. It's not changing for nobody.
The last thing, I looked up, and I think it was on the Align website, and there was a tidbit of information that you talked about in regards to your branding and making yourself stand out. Okay. Can you give us a little bit of those nuggets? Because I've noticed that a lot of people want to do what everybody else is doing.
Right.
But how do you make yourself different per the iceberg module?
The secret, really, first thing is discipline.
Okay.
It's discipline. You have to discipline yourself. Things that you want to do, but you're not at the place in your life that you need, that you can do it and still be productive with your craft. You have to deny yourself that. See, one thing that I always did, no matter if I was successful financially, it's funny, my wife's here. In my room, when we was dating, at my house, in my room, we lived in separate houses. In my bedroom was plain. No TV, no nothing. I made my bedroom look poor because I never wanted to get comfortable. I never wanted to hear what the naysayers said, like, oh, he's doing it, he's this. Because when you start getting caught up in that build-up and not hype, but people recognizing and giving you compliments, you start feeling yourself. And I want to stay humble. Right. I want to stay grounded. So therefore, I kept my life simple. Till today, I keep my life simple because it's about humility. It is. It really is. And I remember how I felt when I wanted to get in the industry and people were closing doors on me or saying, he can't do it. So you have to have that same humility when the next person wants that opportunity. And the way you stay humble and the way you stay hungry is to make yourself uncomfortable all the time. Stay uncomfortable, because then your hunger will be there. Create a strategy that you're going to implement day to day, day to day, day to day. Whether you're up here or you're building up. You have to have that mindset and that discipline and that, I'm going to say, obsession. Yes. Be obsessed with success. Be obsessed. Not be in love. Be obsessed. Eat it, live it, walk it. When we see you, we need to know that's a musician. We need to see it before you say it. Contact that record label. But don't contact them and not know the information. Do your homework on the record label. Do your homework on the artist as part of their catalog. You have to put the time in. You can't cheat success. There's no way around. You can't cheat it. And for me, I always had this. I grew up with a saying in my household. Somebody can be smarter than you. They could be more talented than you. But never, ever let nobody outwork you. I refuse to be outworked. I can't go to, if I feel like you outwork me, I can't go to sleep. No, literally, I can't go to sleep. I can't. My mind won't. Can't take it. I don't mind you being better than me. I don't mind you being more talented than me. But I can never allow you to outwork me. I can't. I don't believe in that.
Dad. So stop asking me why am I posting at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Cause she
what
out
he said.
late. She working.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't. I can't. I mean, I can't. I'm being serious. I can't. I go to sleep without my mind. I walk around without my mind. I have to figure this out. Period.
Yes.
So with that being said, what is your plan for 2018? What can we look forward to from Thomas, Iceberg, Wilson?
A lot of collaboration. A lot of collaborations. A lot of reach out, like me and Eric Jones, Mr. Eric Jones. We just recently spoke about the mentoring program. I'm really working on a major project right now. A major project for entrepreneurs and for cultural arts as well too. That is going to encompass all genres of people. No, but I want to get better leaders out here. I want to make us more conscious of our surroundings, more conscious of really taking accountability for our culture. No, we're leaders. Do you really understand that the most God's natural resource is people? And we were made in the image of God. That means he made us creators. This chair I'm sitting on was a creation. This mic I'm holding in my hand, somebody created from inside here. You see, we see inside. We see through our eyes. But your vision starts in here. And you manifest it here. We have to take accountability for that. It's too many gifted and talented people out here, talented black people out here, that we're allowing them not to follow through with their gifts. Don't allow them to do it. I'm going to say a statement.
Yes.
Everybody here was created as a gift for somebody else. What you have inside of you, somebody else needs that gift. That's why you're still here. Through the course of your life, somebody is getting something valuable from you. Always remember that. You're a gift. You're a gift to the world. Don't be selfish. Let the world know you're here.
I think that is the most powerful statement, not just of the night, But I think that is the most powerful statement on trending.
Yes.
And one of the things, we got to bring you back.
I'm so serious.
We got to bring you back.
You know I'm coming.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to bring you back.
She been trying to get my husband to come on Trending in the Triad. Mike, we calling you out.
I'm calling you out.
Come on, Trending in the Triad. This is your show.
Yeah. Mike, we calling you out.
Yes.
Mike,
to
where
come
you
and
at?
sit right beside this brother
Wealth of information.
and drop that knowledge, because artists, entrepreneurs, businessmen and women, because the women are underserved when it comes down to business especially. We need this. We need this roundtable discussion, and we need more minds together. You, Eric Jones, definitely Mike McCrae, and let's talk about the business of music.
Man, I've got to say something on that, though.
Go ahead.
Fellas, and this is recent statistics, black women are responsible for the majority of new jobs being created from an entrepreneurial standpoint. Black women are creating businesses left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Check the stats.
Shout out to Tamir McCrae with 8.
Our queens have stepped up. Our queens have stepped up. We got to take our crown too. We have to walk together. We have to help each other. Don't have all the information and be successful and keep it to yourself. The law of reciprocity. A secret thing in business that we need to look at from a business model is this. But it's really life too. One thing we have to start doing, stop doing addition and taking baby steps. We have to think exponentially when we create a business. The Bible said be fruitful and multiply, not be fruitful to add. So you need to do multiplication in your life and your business to get to the next level. That means you have to bring other people along. Stop trying to be the only one. You cannot get up there and be the only one. You're going to get jumped. You know. Take some people with you.
Good nugget.
And with that being said, oh my God, y'all, I'm sorry, I don't get speechless often.
I'm
in
serious.
the
Like
industry,
I'm speechless too.
but we have to celebrate the men that came to just drop their knowledge. Eric Jones, could you just come back so that we can just have people just to get another look at you as we get ready to close out the Trending in the Triad today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what Trending in the Triad is about. It's about community partnerships, community relationships, and networking and branding. One of the things that we want to say, and I'm going to leave it over to Tamia, we want to thank you both for giving your wealth of knowledge and sharing it with us, because you volunteered your time. You sacrificed your time. And a lot of people would pay mega dollars just to be able to sit in a room and just to absorb this. But freely you give it, and freely we've received it. So the challenge is that some of you reach out to these two and learn more and grow more. Eric, do you have anything to close us out that you would like to say?
I hadn't really thought about that.
So humble.
He didn't put the crown back on the kings.
Just my crown.
I'm going to get me a different size one because I think I need a bigger one.
That part.
That part.
Well, I just want to appreciate you guys both for coming on. I have literally, we have a group chat, and we've been like literally waiting, counting down the days to have this show.
Hold on.
We have had many shows with Trending the Triad. This is probably, pushing toward our 50th show, actually. Mm-hmm. And this by far, I say this, they get better and better every single time. And I would say this one, I am leaving this, I've had to literally fight back tears.
Yes.
Sitting here on this stage.
I'm like,
I wanted to get my phone out and take down notes. I've wanted
Yeah.
to like get up and hug you. Like,
Yeah, me too.
like I'm serious.
I
like,
wanted to say thank you.
Like, thank you so much. And I just want to, take the time to thank my husband because he actually
Yes.
made this possible. Because you in this city, you're like Mr. Untouchable. Like,
Yeah.
everybody don't get this opportunity with this man. Like, for real. Like, you have changed my husband's life. And I just want you to continue to speak life into him because he listens. And hopefully one day in the near future, you guys can come together. All three of you guys can come together. I'm speaking in 2018. You guys all can come together and make some things happen. So I salute both of y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And thank you guys for tuning in for Trending in the Triad. We'll see you guys next week. Tune in next Tuesday at 8 o'clock, FB Live.
And we gonna bring it down.
That's
You know what I mean? All right, keep it lit.